All right, guys, we are back with another episode here today. Today, we're going to be hatching up the wyvern eggs that we stole in the last episode. We're over here at the barn with all the bison. Haven't even really started on them, but we're going to be using the egg incubator. I just want to see the stats, kind of. I know I could use these guys and utilize that, but the egg incubator is back. I haven't really focused on this. I have had it crafted. It's just been in the fabricator. Yeah, I should definitely use this more often, especially for stuff like this. I could use that, but this works just the same, and if not, a little easier. Okay, so it is unpowered right here. That I did not check. We'll place it over here. I do have a few of the eggs on me. We'll place it over here. Sure. Right here. No. Like so. No, that's gonna look horrible. I guess we'll place it over here. Whatever. Sure. We'll place it here. In the dark corner. Yeah. Light hasn't really hit it. It's raining. So let's throw one egg in. And then we'll throw in a few more. Got the fire eggs. The ones that I'm really after. And then we'll go back for the lightning and the other one. Why is this one not showing? Okay, it's a female. At least one of the 185s is a female. That is perfect. I am glad for that. Let's do timber controls. +10. How's that look? Not enough. Nowhere near. Can we please access that? No. Let's just increase this by a lot. How's that? Okay. Took a minute for it to update. Clearly way too much. Let's do a couple more of those. Can we lower that down? I wonder if the ice is going to be a little different. Okay. Current temperature 95 is still too hot. Really? I probably could have hatched these guys out here, if that's the case, because it's currently 50. I guess if it stopped raining, maybe it'd be a little different. Did I get it perfect? There we go, 85. Sweet. All right, let's go get the other eggs from the base. We're still having that lag issue. I don't know if it's because I have so many buildings with skins on right here in this little area. So I'm going to hold on building just for the moment because I was going to build a bigger farmhouse, but if that's the case, that's the reason why, then I think I'm pretty much maxed out there because I don't want to make the videos too much. Yeah, see, they keep causing a little stutter here and there. It could just be Ark. That could be the case. They did release an update recently, so that could have broke something. Yeah, let's run across here. But you know what? I'll give it till the next update, and then we'll see. Hopefully something's fixed. Maybe there's some kind of weird thing going on in the background. It could be all the bison. I haven't really, there is 50-something bison right there, so that could be the case. Now, are all of you guys good? I think so. And just from the colors that it looks like on the egg incubator, on the looks there, I think the eggs are gonna be great. Sweet. Let's throw you two in there. Now, are you guys gonna be good? Oh wow. Okay, the lightning's good. I should have known that one. And the ice is good. I figured that'd be different. That has a red on there. Okay. That's kind of weird. Yeah, let's drop out the poison first. We'll take a look at that. All right, your hatch. So we'll take a look over there, and then we'll leave the fire. Yeah, it got sucked up over here. That's fine. The color is gonna look cool. Hopefully they do. Just from the preview. Let's throw it over here in the light, the more controlled light. Oh yeah, that looks good. I love that. All right, I had to sneeze. Sorry. Yeah. So really cool colors. I like that. I like that lime green. That looks really good. And that light green, light blue, green, blue, greenish blue. Yeah, that's cool. I don't have a baby bison. Let me I just want to breed with one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Let's just... Sure. We'll enable that for a second. Yep. All right. I went to check out the milk from the bison, so yeah, we need that. But let's get the fire going. Open this up, and we'll just go ahead and we'll do all three. Sure. We'll check out the 185s. They should be identical. We'll check them out last, though. Yep, here we go. We do have a female, which is what I said I wanted. You know, at least a male and a female. That'd be great. So the 175. What do we got? What colors do we got? Honestly, I like it. It's kind of an ashy, you know, kind of magma style. Yeah, that's actually really good colors there. I will say that. I do enjoy those colors. All right, so the 185s. Let's take a look at you guys. Are you guys kind of similar? You guys are. Look at that. It's even... This is more, you know, progressively being eruption. So we have this 175, you know, the ashy, and then, you know, more lava or fire is showing. That's actually like those colors. For a base, you know, no mutations, no, you know, selective color. Yeah, that's great. I will say, I feel like the Wyverns have had more vibrant colors in ASA than ASE. I will say that. I do appreciate that. I'm kind of waiting for the bisons to produce a baby before I hatch the other one. So give me a moment. All right, let's get that milk. Watch this. Boom. Instant. Everyone needs milk. Sweet. I'll have plenty of milk for a minute. Just collect all these. I think I have a few milk built up over in the fridge. I don't know. I don't remember, because I used them for the bison to kind of feed them as they were growing. Can we please get unstuck here? Yep. Give me all that milk. That juicy... Oh, never mind. Just give me your milk. Yeah, sweet. All right. So let's throw it in you. And if you guys didn't know, this works. Look at that. Now, I think... Oh. It could just be the fact that... Okay, yeah. You're just growing normal. I did see... I think there was a bug at some point in time that sped these guys' raising speeds if you gave them milk. So, yeah. Let's do this. And we'll throw a couple in you guys each. And then I can go get more here in a minute for the other two. And we'll get those guys out of their eggs. Take a look at them. I think the eggs are going to be pretty cool. Not the eggs, the colors. Actually, we didn't even look at the preview. So that's got, like, the typical lightning. And there's red in that. I got to see that. That is pretty cool. Yep, hatch egg. Don't crack egg. Let's see. What do we got here? So, you know, surely it's got to be something at least semi-cool. We'll check out the lightning first. Yeah, it's pretty typical. You know, pretty typical lightning. Still staring at the ground. I see. You know, you're ashamed to see me. It's okay. Yeah, I like the fire wyverns colors that I got. Now, let's see. This supposedly has red. Is this going to show up? No. But I will say the colors are definitely... I like them. I like the blue. You know what? I said this when we were finding the eggs. I really want one just to have a typical ice, you know, that typical white and blue. So I'm glad I got that. The red was kind of... I was really wondering, what kind of traits do we get? Weight frail, stamina frail, cowardly, nocturnal, slow metabolism. I mean, none of those are really good. Sure, we'll cuddle with you. We'll cuddle with one or two of you guys. The fire, probably not, because I am going to go ahead and breed them up today and get a perfect, you know, the perfect pair. I mean, essentially, they are the perfect pair because they should come out with... Okay, well, they should come out with the same stats, but that is horrible. Yeah, why do they have an oxygen stat? That... They shouldn't. They can't go in water. This ain't This ain't. Wow. There's the Midwestern accent. Sure. Um, this isn't the, horrible fail of Aquatica. There's no light, wyvern in the water, which I think is a cool concept. Don't get me wrong. I think it's cool. I did see some gameplay of it though, and I will say that was a huge fail, and I'm glad I missed out on it. I did buy it. I will say I admittedly bought it, and then I turned around and refunded it before everyone else knew you could. I just went ahead and tried it. I should have said that. I should have posted out there that you can. But I figured everyone knew that. That was kind of my fault. But I think I did make a post to how I was going to be refunding it if I bought it. But I did buy it. I was contemplating, like I said, playing the game, playing the DLC, and I didn't. I don't know. I heard some people had really good computers, and it failed for them. So to me, I just left it. Yeah, we're not gonna be imprinting you two, okay? You guys just stick with it. Enjoy not being imprinted. We're not even gonna worry. Do you have good stats? I didn't even check that. No. Why did we get really high food? Like, why is that something we got? We didn't even get a good trait for that. If we got a fatty trait, I'd have been happy about that. But we didn't even get that. So, yeah. We'll stick with it. Sure. Yeah. Let's let these guys grow up. I'm gonna quit talking, and we'll be back in, for you guys, a short moment. For me, probably a few minutes. Yeah, definitely gonna take a few minutes. I could leave them in the ball. They might mature faster, but I'll just leave them. We got plenty of milk. It'll be okay. And I'll show this off as well. This, you can feed. See, it says poison wyvern. Feed bison milk instead of wyvern milk. So you can do that as well. Oh wait, that's how they. Okay, so it's still there. So if you use bison milk to feed them when they need the cuddle, it does increase the speed of them growing. Okay, I did not know that. Sure, that makes sense. I guess not really. Yeah, that's. I thought they patched that. That's kind of strange, and I definitely just fed you way too much milk. That's fine. You guys should be. Yeah, everyone should be pretty much full on somewhat of milk. So, yeah. Can you let me go? Can you please stop staring at me? Yeah, please stop. I'm stuck. Oh no. All right, they're all grown up, and we'll just go ahead and take one more look at them in their full, the full size. I will say the ice wyvern. I do love the ice wyvern. The model, anyways. The breath, not so much. Doesn't really. I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem that powerful. I could be wrong. You guys let me know. I do know they function as a refrigerator now. So yeah, pretty cool. That's a nice little TLC. Is that really a TLC? A nice little added bonus to them. I will say the model looks really cool. It kind of looks like the throne from Game of Thrones. The I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't watch the show, so yeah, that show. I am a 23-year-old person, so just keep that in mind. The show came out when I was pretty young, and yeah, so I didn't watch it. Was not an interest of mine. Actually, I don't even really know when it came out. I do know I was probably a teenager, as in like just became a teenager type deal. Um, yeah, I may have been like 13, if that. But yeah, so I do remember like that's what this looks like to me. I heard a lot of people said that. To me right now, that's what it does look like. That could have been a change, but yeah, I could be wrong there. We've got the lightning wyvern. Looks like the typical lightning wyvern. Besides this blue, I really don't like the model. If I'm being quite honest, for some reason it just looks very bare. I don't know. I could be wrong. Poison wyvern, my favorite. model, to be honest. I just like the frills. It kind of looks terrifying. Kind of looks more like a wyvern to me. The fire, I do like it as well. I like this little beard, I guess. Like I said, these colors don't look too bad on the 175. I do like them. But these colors scream fire. So yeah, I do like that. I do like the subtle look to this one. I like the loudness to this. Of course, we can breed them, so I can choose what colors I want. I have some really cool colors that I'm gonna hopefully incorporate into them. If it all blends really well, I'll have to test that out on my island single player world. Just do some, set target color too stuff. So yeah, that's kind of how I do my testing. But yeah, this looks really good. I'm glad we got these guys. I'm gonna breed these two, and then we'll go do some quick little damage. We'll see the base damage on these guys here in a minute. We're not gonna worry about you. You're technically not that good, but we'll test out these other three. The fire, I don't see a need to test that out if we're gonna test out the better fire. So yeah. Let's go for this galley right here. Let's just miss horribly. This is one thing I do hate about the poison wyvern. You can't do any damage unless the creature's just gonna stand there. And it did look like it only did 10. So not the best thing. And you gotta be careful because you can kind of get yourself with it. Of course, the initial blast with it does do a lot of damage, and of course, right there, it does it. But yeah, it just doesn't do that well. 2-8, that's not bad. Of course, we get really good stamp on this guy. Like I said, these guys are my favorite models, so I might play around with getting some mutations. Of course, I'm gonna have to go find another one, which we'll use either the lightning. I could use the ice. The ice might be actually a good idea because I can breath attack the other ones, and then I can just kind of fly away. Or I just use the griffin and do what I did the last time. So yeah, we're still getting some frame issue. I thought it was the Estreo skins, so I took them off of everything. Besides a couple things, I might need to just go ahead and remove them all. That could be the issue. I did install a new creature mod, which we might be checking out next episode. I don't know. I did find a high level one. It requires a cannon. So yeah, let's do the lightning. I'm not going to attack the Bronto just because I don't have to sit there and worry about it fighting it. So yeah, we'll just test it out here. Honestly, the best thing to test on these little guys. I suck at shooting with these, and we did what, 69, 64, something like that. Not bad at all. Can we find another? We'll just do a trike. We'll bite the trike in the butt. It's far enough away. What kind of damage do we do there? 343. That's honestly not bad at all. I'm not mad about that. Of course, these guys are imprinted, so gotta bear that in mind. 31. I think that's the best melee we've got out of the bunch. We'll do the ice wyvern, and then I'm gonna go to breed and see what we can do. I'm not looking for mutations, but if we do get one, we won't be mad because they have the same stats. So technically, I have the perfect pair already. I want to have an extra one. That's why I didn't imprint them. I want to compare, kind of see how the stats stack up next to each other. So yeah. You know what? I'm gonna try the ice wyvern on the Bronto. Might as well. See, to me, it does decent damage. I guess it does slow the creature so you can circle around. To me, it doesn't seem like it hits. Of course, if I fly right over the top of it, it's not going to. They added a different effect to it. That's kind of nice. Why are you not going where I'm aiming? That's kind of frustrating. Yeah, we'll land here, and we'll just check out the stats. Yeah, the highest melee we got was on the lightning. Okay, so I got to be a lookout. I will say I am going to get a few more eggs before I get mutations done on the wyverns. So, yeah, not going to be one of those things where I show up and just do it with the two I got, because I can get better stats. I just need to clear out the trench. Doing what, 64 damage there? That's not horrible. Plus it slows it down. I can get in a few bites and, you know, step away. That only lasts 10 seconds, but it does. I think it stacks. I'm pretty sure. So we'll just hit it there. And then give it a few seconds. Now. It does seem like it has a delayed effect, though. I am kind of mad that I don't get the crosshair, so that's kind of a shame. Okay. And of course, we'll test out the fire here in a second, like I said. So, yeah, the fire does, I feel like, more trickling damage than initial damage. So that's kind of why I like it. All right, I got it raised up, and it's got a mutation. Yeah, it's a where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. It's a melee mutation. So I figured I'd keep it. No cool colors. I do need to get some water though. Yeah, I really need to figure out what is going on. I know there's this skin. Maybe it's causing issues. Maybe I need to uninstall that. I don't know. I just feel like it's when I'm around the base, it's worse, as you can see there. And, like, it's just it's horrible. Yeah, let me just maybe if I just unequip it. There we go. Get rid of it. Does that help? Maybe. Looks like it. Possibly. Okay, maybe that Carcano skin was messed up. It just looked industrial, so I liked it. I could be wrong, though, but it seems to be working smoother. Sure. Also, let's give you some XP. I've got 30,000 XP stored here, and we've got a key. So we'll use that. Where are we going with this? I wonder if this is one of those ones that doesn't work. I don't know. Right through here, they don't like to work. They kind of, well, actually, no, that one should work. Yeah, maybe it does. Hopefully, possibly. We'll have to see. We probably won't get it here today. I did go open up all the ones I had. Got a few decent things. A couple pairs of armor. A couple different things, and I know what I'm forgetting to do. But yeah, there was nothing, you know, really worth showing. I got a couple bows, couple pieces of armor, a couple saddles. Nothing crazy, nothing insane. Actually, I did get a piece of riot gear for 1,000 armor. So yeah, you know, there's that, I guess. Let's see here. Let's compare the two. Can we just, you know, beat our head into the wall here? And there we go. Okay. So let's compare. There you are. So we're looking at over almost 6,000 health from the imprint. Somehow the stamina... Oh, nope, stamina's the same. Food's same. No, wait. Oxygen's same. Food went up just a little bit. Weight went up at almost a little over 100, and then melee went up quite a bit, honestly, just because I have the imprint plus the mutation. So yeah, kind of messed up on that. Let's pump quite a bit into melee here. We got 47 levels, so let's get this. Let's go right there. Yeah, 469, sure. And then I want to get this up. You know, they are a somewhat squishy creature, glass cannon type still. So let's see. Let's see the damage here. You know, we pumped a lot of levels in there. I didn't even do it before, so we're doing about 158. You know, initial, and then of course it's going to tick over time, and about 500 on a bite. That's honestly not bad. I'm not mad about that. Of course, mutations plus finding a better stat there will be great. Let's just keep fighting you. Yep, you're done for. We'll just get this stego here. See, I just feel like the fire burns at a greater distance. We'll just keep slowly walking backwards. Hopefully gain some stam. I mean, it doesn't burn that long, but it's enough to do a good percentage. Plus, in this case where there's something slow, I can, ignite it. And, of course, they're going to get a damage reduction because they are stegos. So, nothing spectacular there. I mean, not the best creature to really, do testing on. Let's regain some stam, and then we'll get back into it. I wonder, because each little Drakeling offers a bonus, so we get, on this one, damage reduction with the winter and a insulation buff. The summer, we get a movement speed buff, and then we also get, what else is that buff? Comes with something else. Oh yeah, negative effects cooldown is reduced. Yeah, I think that's what it stands for. I don't know. Whatever negative CC stands for. But I wonder what the autumn does, because the spring, I checked them out in a video, but didn't really pay much close attention to that. But the spring gives you, a healing bonus, so that will be great. And I learned that we can breed them, so I need to go tame up a 150 female, either a winter or a summer, and then we can just breed the two. Sure, I'll take that lance. Sure, whatever. We don't even have a bonus because we haven't been in the snow. That's a shame. I can honestly shred up that lance, but yeah, we get a bonus, with the little Drakelings. I don't know what the autumn is. I wonder if that's a stamina bonus, and if so, then I need to go, either A, find one, or breed one up, because yeah, that's honestly would be a good thing for these guys and a lot of creatures' stamina. These guys, I mean, with just the breath, you're burning through so much stam on any wyvern. So yeah, I mean, your bite is where you're going to do your big damage, but that was a 140 horse. Oops. I will be doing some horse mutations at some point in the series, but yeah, that's kind of my deal. Do I find a autumn and hopefully find a stamina? Is that the bonus on that guy? Or is there not a stamina bonus? Because we have health, melee. Maybe it's a weight bonus. I do know you can harvest with them, which I saw on a little like YouTube short or something. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. So maybe they are a weight reduction. We'll have to see. Well, it wasn't exactly what I was wanting to show, but we can get in some combat here. I was kind of flying to the horde key. My only issue is I run out of stamps so quick, so I gotta land here. Your spit. Yep. Let me get away from that. And then come here. Let me munch on you a few. I mean, you're not a high level. Okay, sweet. I do need your talents though. So let's collect those. Oh, frames. See, it's not even frames. It's just like a random freeze. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a Can you come back to me? I forgot you were on neutral. Oops. Yeah, we'll take one of those talons. Come here. I could fight the wyvern today, possibly. At least I know it's there. I can get the gauntlets. I do like the gauntlets. What is flying around that screen? I guess leaves. Can we? How is this not hitting your hitbox? Sure. We'll just. Yeah, there we go. That works, I guess. Yeah, we'll get over there and kind of see. Hopefully something good. I do need to hit the snow biome though, just to make sure I get that loot bonus. All right, let's see what we got going on here. I love the auto run feature. Glad it was added. So much, so much easier to just get around. I can just chill, point my direction, the creature in the direction, especially when it comes to flying. You don't have to worry about anything outside of stamp. But yeah, you just kind of point your way and, you just kind of float there. Not really float, but fly. Yeah, such a nice little feature. I'm glad that's added. Does that work with the what do you call it? The Zeppelin. Yeah. Does that work? let me know. I haven't tested that out. Honestly, I haven't really even messed with the Zeppelins at all. Haven't ever built one outside of, in creative for the testing of the stuff. We got tech. You can get tech out of these? Are you kidding me? Is that a Sarco? Yeah, Sarco saddle. We got... Maybe I have to tame some Tepehoris. Might have to now. I didn't know you could get tech out of them. Yeah, that's nice. Honestly, that's the best way to end off this episode. We hatched up, got some decent, decent levels. Not the best. Decent enough to start off with. I mean, yeah, 41 food's the highest stat we got in general. Yeah, kind of disappointed about that, but you know what? It's a good start, and we'll have to keep hitting up the trench as we come along, because we're gonna have to fight some of those guys off. I think I'm gonna look at getting some griffins. Griffins are pretty much kind of the easiest way to fight them, outside of, wyverns themselves. But I'm not set up for wyvern fighting. I suck at it. So yeah, griffins probably should be in the next thing if we want to get more wyverns. Work at that, but I think we might be taming up the new modded creature that I had installed. So we'll have to check that out at another time with the griffin breeding. Yeah, because new feature. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you do subscribe if you want to see my griffin mutations. Yeah, go check out my bison mutations. They're not fully stacked, but pretty cool colors. Funny name. Actually, a couple funny names, just because I got bored. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate it, and I will catch you later.